Hello everyone, and Trisha, it's me, Jenny, and it's time for another Not Naked But Your Response to Trisha Hershberger series Naked Truth, where we talk as candidly and truthfully as possible about a subject of our choosing straight out the shower, no makeup, wear hair, first date, one take. Most people choose to be naked, but I choose not to. But either way, it's not a sex-time thing, it's a vulnerable and honest type thing, a tool for the vlogger in order to be truthful and all that jazz. And the reason why I glanced down was I've got a cup of tea on my bed, and I moved, and I was like, please don't spill on my mattress. Hi. So yeah, when I say most people choose to do naked, I don't even know if anyone else does naked truth responses anymore. Am I the only one left? I don't know. If I am, I'm a lonely lady. Yeah, but I'm back home. I'm back in front of the old Keep Calm and Carry On poster, which used to be my old school naked truth background. Because I'm back home until I can save up to buy myself a house and get an adult mortgage like an adulty person. Blech. But yeah, hi. So Naked Truth. This was an interesting one because it was a party game which I haven't got and don't own. So I was like, how do I respond to it? Do I just respond to the questions that Trisha responded to, or should I make up stuff? Or oh gosh, hiccups. Should I like make up questions on my own and ask you guys? I don't know. I don't know how many of you guys actually watch me nowadays. So in the end, I was like, you know. Oh, full on hiccups, really? First take, one take is sometimes a right pain in the budge. I was gonna say but, and then I was like, no I'm not, this is gonna be PG-13, and then I was like, I can say but. Can you tell it's been a while since my last Naked Truth? I'm a little bit out of practice. Oh, hopefully that'll get rid of the hiccups. Ooh. Anyway, so I'm just gonna ask the questions that Trisha answered, because I can't be asked to be creative at 1:15, 12:12 at night, because I can't, frankly. Here we go. And I've rambled on for 2 minutes already, so off to a great start. Star Trek is better than Star Wars. False. Well, it's one of those things I wanted to get more into Star Trek, and at one point I watched all of the original series, and then I got myself halfway through Next Gen on a rewatch, which Next Gen was the one that I watched as a kid, and I got halfway through the rewatch, and then I was like, and I think I just got fatigued, and then like the universe is so huge. I watched a bunch of the movies on this massive watch session, and I think it was just too much. And like in terms of like Star Wars, I really like. I like the excitement of it, and it's so visually beautiful. And even the prequels have just gorgeous visuals, apart from some of the CGI that's a bit like bleh. But like generally speaking, there's some beautiful creative scenes. And I really, really like Padme. I really don't like how she's written in the third one. Or the romance. The romance is the worst part of those series. Like Jar Jar is terrible, but like the romance is awful. But like I really like Star Wars. Like Star Trek is great, but it's just because it's so much, there is much more of it to be bad, rather than Star Trek, that because it's so much more, there's so much potential for it to be bad. It's got so many multiple generations, while Star Wars is genuinely good for most of what it is. And I know a lot of people have problems with the Disney era stuff, and I just enjoy it. I think it's really fun. I think it's very pretty. Anyway, have I ever run into a glass wall? Not that I remember, although I feel like the only times I've been exposed to like glass walls as a kid were things like Center Parks. I feel like I probably have. But I can't remember doing it. I am a very clumsy person. I was a very clumsy child. It seems like the exactly sort of thing that I would do, but I don't have a specific memory of having done it. Do I believe the government hides evidence of aliens? I believe, when it comes to aliens, and I think I did this on the Naked Truth on extraterrestrials, when it comes to aliens, I kind of imagine that in the size of the universe being the size it is, the possibility that there isn't other intelligent life is stupid. There has to be. But I kind of imagine painting a grain of sand blue in Newport and painting a grain of sand red in Australia, and then naturally assuming that at some point that blue grain of sand and that red grain of sand are gonna make contact before all the paint's rubbed off. Like, that's the size of the universe we're talking about, and if you naturally assume that those two grains of sand are gonna cross paths without someone picking it up and taking it to Australia, or vice versa, it's really unlikely that we're ever gonna have contact with any extraterrestrials, or at least contact in such a way that we are aware of it. So I think the government hides things that may make people believe that extraterrestrials have made contact, but I don't believe there's any actual extraterrestrial contact that has happened. So I think it'll be something that could make someone feel uncomfortable about their place in the universe, but I don't think it's stuff that actually is evidence of real life aliens. Anyway, bold as a turn on? Nah. I like a good head of hair. I like a scrunchy head of hair. Organ donor. I am an organ donor as far as I know. I have donated blood and I regularly donate blood, or I try to. I did it a lot as a teenager going into uni, and then I think I got sick one time I was meant to donate, and another time I just couldn't because I think I'd had injections, like I'd had vaccinations, so I couldn't do that next one, and then I couldn't for other reasons, and then years passed and it just faded away, and now I've started doing again. So I donated in the summer. I've got another one I think scheduled to donate next month. So I have, as blood is actually an organ, I have donated an organ, and I want to look into donating platelets, and maybe bone marrow. And I think I'm on the donor list. I think that they're changing the law in England as well, where you are automatically a donor unless you opt out, which I think is really, really sensible. Like, the number of people who aren't organ donors just because they forget or they don't think of it or whatever, I think having the option to opt out rather than opting in, I think, is just very sensible. I know a lot of people find that very upsetting, but I think it's just common sense. Do I believe in homeopathic medicine? I believe that placebos and psychological aspects of medicine are really, really important. Like, the people who survive things like cancer through the fact that they want to, and they try everything, and they try really hard, and they do what their doctor tells them, like, that's really important. And placebos are a really important part of things as well, and like a lot of homeopathic medicine is good, sensible living as well, like, you know, drinking lots of water and, you know, having a varied diet, or adding, you know, things that are healthy to your diet are really important. You know, certain teas are very healthy, but they're not medicine, in my opinion. So a lot of homeopathic medicine, if it makes someone feel better, that is promising. It may not actually make them better. I'm gonna run out of space on my phone. It's 7 minutes. Crappity crap. Do I sing Disney? Yes, everyone sings Disney. People who don't are liars. Would I do porn for $10,000? No. Like, not even £10,000. Like, the thing, I'd have to work out the maths. I'd have to work out, would it be enough to pay for my own house, pay my parents' mortgage off, pay for both my sisters' student debts and my student debt, and to get them houses, and to still have some on the side and give some to charity? It would have to be that much, which is a lot of money. So yeah, I'm sure there is a price, but it would have to be a very high price, and it would have to be worked out in advance, and I would also have to distribution rights to that porn. And also I'd have to be with a partner that I'm like, dang, you. Halloween is better than Easter. I kind of agree. As a child, definitely, it was the other way around, because Halloween in my upbringing was kind of met with disapproval, while Easter was the time I used to hang out with the grandparents. And now the grandparents have all passed on, so Easter's kind of a bit of a nothing holiday for me. It's nice to have the time off from work, that's really lovely, but Halloween I definitely feel like I can do more with, and I love and I enjoy all the aspects of it. Woo, Justin Bieber, not so much. I find a lot of his old songs overplayed and a bit annoying, and his new songs, I probably couldn't identify them as his anyway. I don't own any of his music. Would I ever have, or have I ever had sex with 4 people? No! Because frankly I wouldn't know what to do with myself. Or them for that matter. Anyway, I don't know if anyone's still doing Naked Truth responses, but I'm going to keep doing it because I like doing it. Each time I'm like, maybe I'll stop doing it because no one's doing it anymore and I don't know if it's meant to be done. And then I'm like, it's part of how I vlog anyway, so I might as well keep responding and having a conversation, because I always miss the live streams anyway because of time zones and work. Anyway, thank you for watching. Feel free to comment. I'm going to go to bed. And I'll see you guys all when I do. Bye, Trisha. I'm loving how much you're streaming at the moment. It's been really, really fun, and I wish I could do more for this community because you guys are all awesome people. Have a good day, guys. Bye.